Environmental Science. Lesson 710. Philip M. Quiza.
Pollution is described as damage caused to air, water, and other environments by harmful substances or waste. This source provides details on types, causes, and effects of pollution, including examples.
Types of pollution. Air pollution, harmful gases and particulates in the air. Sources include vehicle emissions and industrial activities. Water pollution, contaminants in water bodies. From industrial discharge, oil spills, and agricultural runoff. Soil pollution, chemicals and waste products, contaminating the soil, often from pesticides and industrial waste. Noise pollution, excessive noise from traffic, construction, and industrial activities. Light pollution, excessive artificial light, disrupting ecosystems and human health. Thermal pollution, discharge of heated water or air altering the temperature of natural water bodies or the atmosphere. Radioactive pollution, release of radioactive substances from nuclear power plants and improper disposal of radioactive waste.
Waste disposal refers to the removal, disposal, recycling, or destruction of unwanted materials such as waste generated by agriculture, domestic use, or industrial products. Following proper waste disposal procedures will result in less pollution and environmental hazards.
4 ways of waste management. 1. Recycling. And thus, it will help reduce pollution. Also, you might cut costs whenever you recycle. Various materials that may be recycled include aluminum, plastics, glass, and papers. If you want to lower the waste materials volume, among the best ways you should do is to recycle. If you select recycling, you can eliminate tires, asphalt and batteries in the waste materials. Also, it stops them from being into the incinerator and landfills. The town of virtually every city motivates its citizens from taking up recycling. So, be among these responsible citizens and reduce your waste through recycling. 2. Composting. Composting is the natural process that is devoid of any dangerous byproducts. The procedure includes the break-lower procedure for materials into some organic compounds which may be utilized as manure. You might perform composting within your backyard. When composting, you can use grass. It helps in putting off animals when you include food scraps in your composting process. Based on the bin's construction, it may also aid to regulate the temperature and moisture. Excellent minimum pile size is at least 1 cubic meter or 1 cubic yard, but the pile may go more significant than this, while smaller scale composting could be allowed to work. 2. Fill the bin with a balanced mixture for most excellent results. You may include the following into your mix. Green stuff nitrogen for activating the heat process within your compost. Brown stuff carbon to act as the fiber for the compost. Other items that could be composed that you might not have considered before, such as paper bags, paper towels, eggshells, cotton clothing, hair, human, animals. Utilize all the items moderately. Air. This helps deal with the smell produced by different bacteria. 3. Landfills. Waste management by the effective use of landfills includes the effective use of a large area. The area is excavated and will also be full of waste. Next, the region is going to be hidden using soil. Landfills are unsafe given that they release gases, for example, methane, which is very risky. You mustn't execute waste management with landfills whenever you can't guarantee safety means. Landfills should be lined correctly as the waste mustn't make contact with the neighboring areas. 4. Burning of waste materials. Should you can't recycle or when there aren't any ideal places for getting landfills set up, you might burn the spent created in your household. Controlled waste burning at extreme temperatures to create steam and ash is a perfect waste disposal method. Combustion considerably lessens the waste volume to become disposed of. Besides, solid waste offer for that alternative and continuously available source for creating energy with combustion. Such energy might be channeled into functional purposes. These are a couple of from the waste management methods you can perform inside the individual level. Also, they are affordable and safe. In such way, you'll be able to operate to add mass to the entire atmosphere.
The Earth is hurtling towards a climate danger zone, and scientists say greenhouse gas emissions are to blame. But what are greenhouse gases, and how do they contribute to climate change? They're gases in the Earth's atmosphere, which create a blanket that traps heat. While they allow sunlight to pass through them, they prevent the heat that the sunlight brings from leaving the atmosphere, similar to how a greenhouse works. Ultimately, this is what causes global temperatures to rise. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, coal-powered steam engines have drastically increased the amount of greenhouse gases emitted into the atmosphere. In 2015, as part of the Paris Accord, many governments pledged to keep global warming below 2 degrees Celsius this century. But temperatures have already increased by over 1.1 degrees, resulting in more disasters like flash floods and wildfires. Carbon dioxide is among the most harmful greenhouse gases on Earth, along with nitrous oxide and methane gas. Greenhouse gases are primarily emitted through burning fossil fuels, like coal and natural gas, for electricity, heat, and transportation. While some gases are more effective than others at making the planet warmer, they all remain in the atmosphere for years, some for thousands. The UN Secretary General says a new report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change reveals a multitude of broken climate promises by governments and corporations. And now, the planet is barreling towards a tipping point that could lead to cascading and irreversible climate impacts. The Earth's temperatures will soon shoot past a key danger point, unless greenhouse gas emissions fall faster than they're expected to.
El Niño and La Niña.
How do El Niño and La Niña affect the Philippines? The climate of the Philippines is highly influenced by the El Niño Southern Oscillation ENSO. El Niño is associated with an increased chance of drier conditions, and La Niña is associated with an increased chance of wetter conditions. These are the effects of El Niño to the Philippines. Reduced rainfall leading to water shortages, and agricultural losses, increased temperatures affecting health, and productivity, warmer ocean temperatures, affecting marine life. These are the effects of La Niña to the Philippines. Increased precipitation leading to floods and landslides, lower temperatures affecting crop growth, excessive rainfall damaging crops and affecting food security.